I'm Rick Walker, and we're at the Ottawa Gatineau International Auto Show, and with me now is not a product specialist, but you are kind of a specialist in what makes people, or what makes a car appeal to people. And maybe you can just tell people who you are, what your position is with General Motors.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks very much. My name's Chuck Novak. I'm the District Manager for General Motors here in Eastern Ontario, and my job is to work with all the local dealers and retailers to help them present our products to our customers and just get a little bit more iron on the road.
And one of the cars that really made an impact or an impression on us this year is this vehicle beside us, this Chevy Sonic. What have you done with this car that makes it so fast, so nimble, and make it handle so well?
Well, Rick, first of all, thanks very much for the accolade, and we really appreciate your guys' interest in the car because it is a bit of a pocket rocket. Sonic is it's quite a versatile vehicle for us. It ranges everywhere from being a daily commuter to a, as I say, pocket rocket like this vehicle is here. We put a 1.4-liter turbo engine in this vehicle. The RS edition's got a lowered and it's got a stiffer chassis on it, so the handling characteristics are very dynamic compared to the standard Sonic. We've also put a different seating arrangement in it. You look at the seats, you've got the RS-specific seats in this vehicle. You feel like when you're driving this car, you're driving a real sports car. You look at the interior of the vehicle, you got that cockpit inspiration behind it, that bit of a motorcycle feel when you look at the instrumentation. All says this car is all about performance. Take me out, let's have some fun, let's drive this thing and drive it hard. The other thing about the Sonic, though, I think it's very important, probably even more so than what's under the hood, is what the car can do inside for people. What's important to people today is how they connect with their cars and how they connect with other things in their life, like their cell phones. One of the things that we love about the fact that Sonic's got available and what it does have in it is the connectivity to people's cell phones. You want to talk to Siri on your Sonic, you can do it. You don't have to touch your cell phone. It stays in your pocket where everybody wants it to stay, but you can have the full functionality of your smartphone through the Sonic itself. So we recognize these are the sorts of things people are looking for in their cars today. It's not so much popping the hood anymore. It's what people want to see, what's behind that 7-inch screen that's on the dash. So that's the sort of things that we're trying to build into our vehicles today, to make them more purposeful, make them more useful, and more connected into people's lives. So
this is a car really that can do a lot of things for a lot of different people because the platform is so versatile. You can come in and get into a car like this for what, around $14,500?
That's correct. We start around $14,000 for a sedan, and that's the other thing about Sonic. If you want a 4-door sedan, we can get that for you. If you want the versatility of a hatch, we've got that as well. So you're starting around $14,000 for a sedan, and you start around $15,000 for a hatch. And as I say, it's a range of vehicles that you can go from a daily commuter all the way up to a real sporty version. This RS is around $25,000 now. So,
and you're building a lot of, or incorporating a lot of luxury into the car as you move up the options ladder.
Oh, absolutely. And even if you sit in our base cars, quote unquote base cars, I think you'll find that the tactile, the feel to the dashboards, the plastics in the vehicle, just the feel of the steering wheel, the shifter knob. We're putting a lot of attention to detail in this now, just the way things feel to people. No longer getting that feeling like this is an economy car. This is a small car with a purpose. It doesn't mean you have to forego a feeling of that I'm in a quality vehicle. And we're putting a lot of attention to our interiors, the things that people don't necessarily pick up right away, but they do pick up on it subconsciously, and it says, hey, this vehicle is a quality vehicle. It feels good. It feels a bit like a luxury vehicle. You don't have to, you have to apologize for the fact that you're driving a subcompact car anymore. You've got everything you need because people are looking for smaller vehicles with all the luxury amenities they expect to see in the past in larger vehicles. We need smaller vehicles for our daily commutes and for our daily lives and just for fuel efficiency and the way our lives are changing. So that's the sort of things we're trying to address and the sort of things we're trying to present to our customers. And we think it's got a great appeal, especially to a broad range of customers, from younger people, as I say, it's more important than what's on their smartphone, what's under the hood, to older people who are looking for just a very versatile vehicle that can carry all their stuff.
And in fact, I can tell you that when we were test driving this car, the response that I got from people was surprising because they didn't look at us like, oh, you're driving an economy car. It was sort of like, hey, that's a cool car. That's a cool little car. But I think they almost look at you like you're sort of cutting edge, that you're current, you're modern, and maybe even responsible for driving something that is a little bit smaller and more fuel efficient.
Well, thanks, Rick, for saying that. And that's a great word. Responsible is a great word because in many people's cases, this is all we need for transportation. But you don't want to forego those things that you want to have and you've had in bigger cars in the past. Those, like I said, those luxury items, those luxury options, you'll find them all in this vehicle. So I appreciate the fact that you picked up on that. And, we're making that kind of connection with people. And I think people are coming to realize that when they test drive one of these vehicles, they're fun to drive, they're purposeful, as I said, they connect with their lives, and they can have a great time. and it's to be non-apologetic for driving a small car, because let's face it, that's what most of us really all we need to drive. So.
All right. And just a final note, this thing inside, very quiet. It will really surprise you. I can tell you from our test drive that the way this thing handles, the way it rides, you would swear you're in a bigger car. And that's because of the build quality. There are no rattles, and they put a lot of soundproofing into this vehicle.
That's true. That's very true. A very tight vehicle. For a small car, it's extremely tight. You'll find that, and the quietness of the vehicle is quite surprising. So
check it out. Go for a test drive. This thing, it'll surprise you. Thank you very much, Chuck, for
Thank you.
joining us on the program.
Thank you.